Hello, hello, hello. I have to say it three times because it seems that my microphone doesn't just start right up as soon as I start talking. It needs like 3 seconds or something. So, how are you? This is Craft Nomad. I haven't done a video for a while, um, mostly blogging, but today I wanted to talk about some things with the expat community, mainly for Thailand, but really I think these are good things to know, irregardless of what foreign country you're in. If you're an expat, um, ways that will make it easier to socialize and hopefully more fun for you. I did a little comment on my Facebook page the other day, and I listed 3 things that I think you really should not do if you're an expatriate when you're talking to people or interacting with other expats. And the reason I did this is because I noticed that people really love to adapt to the culture. You know, it's fun to pick up the things that you do understand about the new culture that you're in, but they sometimes, first of all, you want to be sure you understand those customs, and they sometimes try to use habits or traditions that are not appropriate when you're interacting with your fellow expats. So it's just 3. I'll try to be brief about this, but I want to explain them because I listed 3 things and people were like, "Well, what are you so upset about?" Not really that upset about it. I'm just like, I'm surprised that people don't, it doesn't occur to them that certain things aren't appropriate. So the first thing is, these are all about interacting with people, really. The first thing is asking personal questions. I know you're excited to be in a new country and you're curious about things, but you want to, if you're interacting with expats, and you will for the first couple of years, especially because you won't speak the language. If you start learning right away within a couple of years, you can have a real conversation. But other than that, you're mainly going to interact with expats, and it's still really exciting because in a place like Chiang Mai, you can meet people from all over the world. Even though you're in Thailand, everybody you meet isn't going to be Thai. There's a very vibrant expat community. But the first thing is you don't want to ask a lot of personal questions when you first meet someone. You wouldn't do that back home. And you want to make friends while you're here if you're, unless you're just on a vacation or passing through as a digital nomad and but if you've rented an apartment, got a motor scooter or whatever, you're kind of part of the expat culture. So you're going to want to meet people and say, well, what are some other things that are going on? You don't want to just always be doing the tourist things, and you're living. So you want to learn what are the things that people do who really live here. Um, but if you start asking a lot of personal questions right away, people are going to back up. So you have to find questions to ask that are maybe personal but very pleasant. What do you like to do on the weekends? Or where are some cool places to take your kids if they have kids? Things like that, because those cannot lead to any kind of an unpleasantness. They will be happy to tell you, and you'll learn something fun, and you might find out that you have something in common. Um, but the things I'm talking about are, people will say, "Why did you come here?" That's a little threatening, Everyone has a story. Expats, you're in an expat community. Many people come for many different reasons. Some of them they will be more than happy to share with you. Some of them it's just like, we retired and We've been here before, we liked it. But you don't know what the person's reason is, and it may not be something that they want to talk about right away. If you become friends, they will tell their story eventually. But it's just not it's not something that you ask when you're in a foreign country when you don't know the person. And so I hope that's clear enough. I don't want to go into more details. It's not that, you don't know what the person's life was like in their home country. And, you know, you don't want to accidentally ask them to talk about something that maybe is not that pleasant to them, you know. So enough about that. So don't ask people why they came. You can say, why did you choose Thailand? And it gives them a chance to say something nice about Thailand or whatever country you're in, right? Make it a question that is an opportunity to say something nice or fun. And, if you have to plan it and write some questions down to yourself before you go to a social event, do that. Sit down and think about it. Well, what kind of things, some people are really good at this and others aren't. I'm not great at it. I'm very sort of reclusive, but I'm also very reticent about asking questions when I first meet people. So that's how I deal with it. If you're the person that's kind of, you know, just asks a lot of questions and you're just right out there and you don't think about it, but not intentionally hurting anyone's feelings, you maybe need to plan it ahead of time. Um, so don't ask why you came here. Don't ask people how much money they make or how much money they have. You wouldn't do that at home. Um, I understand the motivation. You're in a new country. You're not really sure, even if you did your research, once you get here, you're not really sure if your calculations were correct. And you're wondering, well, how much money do I really need for a week or a month or whatever? But that's what you should ask. Put the question as to yourself. Oh, I just arrived, or I've been here for a while and I just got my first apartment. Um, and you could explain a little about the apartment and give your personal information if you want, and say, how much money do you think that I need to allow myself per month? Or what does it usually cost for one person to for groceries? Or if I eat out all the time, how much money will I need? So, but not asking them how much is your rent or how much do you spend every month. It's it's just not nifty. Um, so yeah, stay away from money things. One of the things that I've heard that's not so great about Chiang Mai, and really Chiang Mai is a great town and lots of digital nomads come here because it's a really affordable place to live and a comfortable, so it's a good place to be if you're starting a business. And then sometimes they stay, sometimes they just get it up and running, and then when they start making money they start to travel again. um, but one of the things that I hear a lot is every time you go out on a social evening for dinner or drinks or what, there's always a group at the end of the table, 4 or 5 people. They'll sit there and they'll just talk about their business and how much money they made. If that's what you want to do, it's fine. But just know that there are a lot of other people there that are maybe not interested in your business because they came there to socialize. And you would think that you are there to socialize too. If you have a business, an online business, when you go out to socialize, you should put that away. You need to rest anyway. Um, so you know, it's another money thing. And I have to honestly say that in Chiang Mai, um, expats have a really bad reputation for always talking about money at social gatherings. So maybe just try to avoid that. Or if somebody else brings it up, say, hey, why don't we meet for coffee tomorrow? And we can talk about the whole thing in detail. And I want to talk to so and so over there, or I want to introduce you to this other person, who likes, I don't know what, mountain climbing or whatever you do. Um, and the last thing, this is a really small thing, but dropping by someone's place unannounced. Um, this is true even in the United States, especially if you live in a city, but particularly in Asia, if you are single, not living with a family, usually you're in a one-room apartment. So again, I thought it was obvious that dropping by unannounced might not be appropriate, but since it wasn't, I'm going to say don't drop by unannounced because you know what? I might not answer the door. Or if you insist, I might answer the door, but I'm not promising how I'm going to look or how much clothing I'm going to be wearing. My laundry might be all over the apartment because drying laundry, sometimes you have to dry it inside. It's Asia. Um, yeah, so there are numerous reasons, but those are two good examples, right? So come on, guys. You have the cell phone, you have um, email, you have Facebook, and several other social media where you can just pop them a message, say, I want to drop by later today. Is it okay? Or can we meet so and so? And if they can't, if they don't answer right away, that means they're not available. Or if they answer, they'll say, no, it's not convenient. Let's meet at the local coffee shop or let's go for a beer or whatever. So it's simple to solve and it's maybe not a big deal to you, but if somebody, especially if somebody's working, um, they don't want to be interrupted to answer the door. And I know that it's the custom here, so sometimes I just have to accept it. If it's a Thai person, that's just the way it is. But if you're a foreigner, I think that you should be more considerate about it because you're living the same way and we're not that casual about it. Um, so that's it as far as those kind of things. I hope you didn't feel that this was a rant, but I felt that I needed to explain it. And it really wouldn't have been fun to write a post about this. So uh, I'm going to try to keep this under 15 minutes. The next post is going to be about Thai massage. I'm in northern Thailand. Not only is Thailand famous for their massage, northern Thailand has some very particular types of massage that are particular to this region. So there will be a post about that, and then a couple of weeks or maybe a month later, I'll do one that really will bring you into the experience. The first one will just kind of be an introduction, but then there'll be one that really will have photos and video and everything, and you can get an idea of what it's really like. I know it's a craft and travel video, but this is a particular tradition and skill, and I think it still falls within that genre. Just like when I did the tea tasting, it's something that's very special to this area. Um, it's a little bit, some tourists know about it, but they don't really know what's particular about Thai massage and especially about Northern Thailand. So I'll see you the next time, or maybe I won't see you. It may just be a blog, but have a nice weekend and please tell your friends, make lots of comments, And if you have a complaint, it's okay. Just be nice. Bye bye.